Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Wednesday morning. We're now up to the 6th day of August, 2025, and this is the morning briefing. As I look out the window from the home weather office, blue sky, not as much in the way of a breeze this morning as what we saw yesterday, but we still have comfortable temperatures. But today is going to be a day we start the warming trend. We've been seeing daytime highs at and below average for quite a while now, but today is going to be a little bit warmer. And then we are going to see a round of much warmer weather ahead, with temperatures flirting with 100 degrees into the weekend and maybe beyond. I'll show you more on that here in just a little bit. We start with the satellite. Little feature going by to the north this morning. That's the cloud cover you see here. So this is the trough that's going by that'll help to keep temperatures in check. We also have clear skies up and down the valley. Let me go to the south here. Over here. We still have a lot of smoke coming off the Gifford fire. I read the latest on Watch Duty this morning, up to about 82,000 acres and change. They did say they're making pretty good progress. They're working on the northwest part of the fire, mostly today. They're most concerned about that part of the fire. The smoke, however, continues to fill the LA basin and beyond, but there is no sign of any of that smoke coming up into the Central Valley at this time. So air quality will continue to be good here, but not so good in Southern California. This feature going by will not deliver anything in the way of rain. However, there will certainly be clouds going over areas like Redding and maybe even as far south as Chico this afternoon. Let's take a look at what we're expecting for a wind today. This is this afternoon at 5 o'clock. Yeah, this is 5 o'clock. We have an onshore breeze, but you'll notice around Sacramento and Roseville, Rockland, and Marysville and Chico, the winds are flat. So this afternoon, not much in the way of an onshore breeze. It will, however, be windy once again on the east side of the Sierra, especially right on that corridor from Reno down toward Carson City. We will see some nice breeze through Solano County, but again, through the valley, hardly any breeze. So that means, well, it's a sign that temperatures this afternoon will turn out to be a little bit warmer. Let's go into the day tomorrow. This is Thursday afternoon, about the same thing. You'll notice the winds are flat. We do have the onshore breeze into Solano County and windy once again on the east side of the Sierra in the afternoon. That's Thursday afternoon, and then Friday afternoon, the same thing, even a lighter onshore breeze, and this is how we get into some of these warmer days. Let's talk a little bit about the temperatures themselves with the HRRR. Let's go up here. Move this just a little bit. No, I'm good right here. Alrighty. So let me back this up just a few frames. This will be at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So this afternoon, not too bad. As I scroll over it, you can see temperatures are in the mid-90s. Average for this time of year for Sacramento, for instance, is 93. So something around 96 today, something like that. Warmer, but nothing too outrageous. Certainly not bad for August. We'd take it. And then tonight we see temperatures drop off into the 60s as opposed to the 50s. And then during the day tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we're also into that same temperature range. The north end of the valley probably flirting with 100 degrees on, this is on Thursday afternoon, but that's for areas like Redding, around Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, low to mid 90s, and the south end of the valley, once again, pretty hot. Let's take a look at the big picture and show you how that's going to change over time. So the 500 millibar chart, here's that trough that I showed you on the satellite. As it lifts out, we start to see the winds go relatively light. We have the big offshore high. We have the Four Corners high here. And the impact of the troughiness is all well off to our east. So this, what day are we up to now? We're up to Sunday. Yeah, Sunday right now looks like it could be kind of hot. We don't have anything in the way of troughiness. We actually had a loft up here at 18,000 feet. We actually have offshore flow, which isn't good. And then next week, the flow turns pretty light. We have a high overhead. We really don't have much in the way of an onshore or offshore flow. Even the monsoon flow isn't very good. But with that high parked overhead, we do have the chance of seeing some heat. Maybe a prolonged period of temperatures in the upper 90s to near 100 degrees before we see another trough dig our way at the end of next week. But this is probably too far out to be reliable. So I don't really like to look at this for being an accurate gauge of forecasting. But let me just show you what how the GFS is showing this for surface temperatures. So for instance, this is showing that on Friday afternoon, the temperatures will be up around 100 degrees. That's probably a little on the high side by a couple of degrees. Then on Saturday, you notice the north end of the valley, it says 100, 500, 600, 8. The GFS tends to run a couple of degrees too high. So right now, let's see, I've got it overriding at 107. It might only be 104. I know, it's still hot. But again, so don't take these numbers too much at face value. It does show a bit of an onshore breeze, keeping temperatures in the Sacramento region down to that 99 region. But what I want to point out here is that day after day, it's showing the same thing. So what day are we up to now? This is Monday. You'll notice still no change. We have the temperatures in the north end of the valley, 108, 110, around Sacramento, 99 to 102. That's Tuesday, same pattern. Wednesday, same pattern. Thursday, same pattern. So you get the idea that while we have been seeing consistently mild weather for this time of year, the pattern is certainly changing. And whether or not we see consistent days over 100 degrees all of next week remains to be seen. We'll see how that pattern fluctuates. But either way, we're going to be debating whether it's 97 or 102, and depending on where you are, and certainly for the areas north of Highway 20, so Chico, Redding, Red Bluff, those areas will be seeing days that are probably going to be, what is it, 103 or is it 106, that sort of thing. And the same thing in the south end of the valley, Fresno, Bakersfield, those areas will be doing the same thing. It's going to be 102 or 106. But for the areas like Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, Marysville, Roseville, Folsom, again, probably in that 98 to 101, 102 range consistently. So yeah, you get the idea that we haven't really seen a long stretch like this so far this summer. It's been a very comfortable summer so far. But while we are expecting some hotter days, right now anyway, we don't see anything popping up that is, the 108s, 110s for the areas that I've mentioned. So yes, it's going to get warmer, but it doesn't look as though it's going to get excessively hot for August. But in the meantime, today, still another nice day. It's always a nice day, isn't it? So get outside and enjoy it. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.